Welcome to the Changemakers. Our guest today is Hemant Soni, a tech leader with more than 2 decades of experience shaping the telecom, media, and technology space. From driving AI powered platforms to leading transformation projects at Capgemini and Vodafone, he's been at the forefront of change. He's also passionate about mentoring the next generation and sharing his insights as a thought leader in technology. So let's welcome Hemant. Hi, Hemant. Thank you for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for giving me this platform. Good evening and good morning, everybody.
Right. So, Hemant, to begin with, just tell us something about you, a brief introduction for yourself.
I have about 2 decades of experience in the telecom media technology industry. My journey started with organizations such as Hutchison and Vodafone, where I was hands-on in learning and building up my expertise. And as a telecom enthusiast, I've grown over the years understanding how the technology evolves. I had during that time an opportunity to work through with various leaders, and eventually I transitioned into working for global consulting firms, Evaluative being next, where I was helping shape up global strategy for OEM and telecom service providers. Several of my clients went in ahead and had a lot of success utilizing my expertise in terms of telecom and business insights. And then eventually I graduated and moved into Capgemini, my current organization, which has given me several global platforms to shape up, I would say, complex transformation for large global telcos. And this is where I'm using my expertise in terms of AI powered platforms and product architecture.
So, that's quite a journey you've had, Hemant. So, look, if you look back, what were some pivotal moments that shaped your career as a technology leader?
So, if I look back, there were three moments that stand out. One was leading the network planning and deployment for the first Hutch half Delhi marathon. This was way back, I'm talking about 2005. But it was a defining experience because my leadership trusted in my technology skills. It taught me discipline of precision planning, endurance needed to kind of navigate through complex logistics, technology hurdles, value of incremental progress, qualities that directly shape up in terms of how I lead large scale transformation initiatives today. Um, the next one I would say is at my next organization, which was Evaluator, where I was leading a global team for a telecom OEM player, where within a time of 12 months, we created close to about 150 strategic reports for this client. And in dollar terms, we saved close to about 2.5 millions in a year. And you can multiply this engagement ran into about close to about 5 years. And this saved a lot of external research cost for this client. And in addition, these insights directly supported partner-led acquisitions and I would say uh, shaped their growth journey over a period of time. More recently, I would say I architected a functional design for order to cash platform, where I was integrating intelligence layers that streamlined operations and improved overall forecasting accuracy across business units. I cannot quote the numbers, but this was a significant project for one of my clients because this all not only improved their automation rates of their systems, but also created a lot of faster go-to-market opportunities. This also included creation of one of my Novi's platform, which is called as DICE, which is a data integrated campaign enablement. And I would say each of these experiences kind of reinforced my belief in purposeful execution, whether it's a race, a boardroom, or a transformational program which requires my expertise in terms of product architecture and AI powered platforms.
So, those are quite a few milestones, I would say, that you were able to achieve. So, you spoke about automation. So, how do you see intelligent automation shaping the future of telecom and media industries?
It's an intriguing question. In today's time, I would say intelligent automation is fundamentally changing how telecom media companies operate as on date. In fact, I have authored a couple of papers in Forbes, AI Frontier. What I can say is that in telecom, we are seeing a shift from, I would say, manual reactive processes to predictive self-healing networks. What typically we call as zero-touch operations in today's world. This for our customers or for our users, this means fewer outages, faster resolutions, smarter resource allocations. Eventually, it's a win-win for both the organizations where they are able to save their operational and capital expenditure, and at the other side, for users, it's means much more efficient services being provided by telecom service providers. This means fewer outages, faster resolutions, I would say smarter resource allocation. When I talk about telecom, media is another part of it. And in terms of automation, enabling hyper personalization, content delivery is another important aspect. Because now we know what kind of user expectations are, so we can adapt in real time to user preferences and behaviors. There are several examples in the industry that we can quote about. But what's exciting about automation is that it's no longer about reducing the cost, it's becoming a strategic growth driver as of now. It's helping organizations move faster, serve better, and innovate continuously. And that's where people like us and expertise comes into picture in terms of how we can transition these organizations through this complex journey.
We certainly need these kind of automation experts like you to take us forward in all spheres of life. Now, we spoke about automation. Another thing that comes to my mind is AI, which you are once again an expert of. So, what role do you think AI can play in enhancing customer experience at large scale enterprises?
I would say in today's generation, I think that's a question that's being asked by every organization, that where and how AI can be used. Considering AI has become a game changer for, I would say, customer experience, and especially at an enterprise scale. The important aspect out here is that it allows organizations to move beyond generic personalization to truly understanding what a customer intent is in real time. Whether you talk about in telcos using generative AI or agentic AI, but then the impact is whether it's analyzing sentiments during live interactions or predicting what customers might need next. As of now, we have transitioned from traditional static data analysis. Now we are going into real time data analysis where AI helps create experiences that fuel, I would say, fuel intuitive and relevant services. What powerful, I would say, is how it connects the dots across fragmented systems. So we have disparate business systems across, and how it basically connects the dots across these fragmented systems, bridging those data silos to deliver a unified, context aware journey. Now, what I can say is that in many ways, AI turns every customer touchpoints into a strategic opportunity to build trust and loyalty for our customers. I can give like one example now. Telcos or service providers are looking forward to that, how at every touch point they can engage AI, whether it is self serviceability when we are talking about digital experience when customers go on like on .com, or whether it's a agent or inbound experience where we are engaging with a digital agent when I say now, rather than a physical agent, or it's a in person touch point in a retail store. So everywhere AI is now getting engaged.
If we talk about the next generation tech leaders, so what skills do you think are most critical to them going forward?
If I think about, like, for example, because I'm actively mentoring a lot of startups, as again, I'm one of the members for TIE, which is a global entrepreneurial membership forum, and I'm one of the part of their chapters where I mentor startups in terms of how and where they should be looking forward to engaging AI, as well as in terms of what technology they should be using. I can say that next wave of technology leadership will require very different skill set than what was traditionally expected. If I categorize, firstly, system thinking is essential. Leaders need to understand how technologies, teams, and outcomes connect across the enterprises. This is the first foundation that we need to look into. Second is storytelling. I would say it's underrated but powerful. Being able to basically how we can translate complex ideas into clear, compelling narratives in terms of like okay how it is driving alignment and adoption. That's the second element. Last or the most critical one is AI literacy. Now it's no longer an optional. It's I would say understanding how to apply, govern, scale AI responsibility is a must. Now then there is platform thinking out there with AI that leadership need to understand that how they need to design solutions that are modular, scalable, and ecosystem ready. Last but not the least, I would say finally empathy and adaptability. I would say we live in a world where we are it's of a constant change, and being able to lead with emotional intelligence, pivot quickly. What separates good leaders from great ones is very important out there, and that's where understanding AI as a game changer is very important.
Okay, great. So you spoke about engaging with innovators, helping them out. So, I mean, according to you, how do you foster a culture of innovation and agility in teams that work on a large scale transformation projects?
Well, across my 2 decades of experience, I've worked across different I've gone through different roles. I've been a part of the teams. I've led teams. I've worked through cross-functional teams as well. So I think it starts with creating an environment where people feel safe to experiment and challenge the status quo. What I encourage teams is to think in terms of building fast and learn faster, because as technology is evolving, we need to understand that okay where we need to innovate, what we need to innovate, and what would be the most, like I would say, start what would be our MVP that we need to look into. And that's where we need to prototype early, test ideas in a controlled environment, and scale what works. I emphasize typically, I would say, cross functional collaboration, whether it is between marketing, business teams, pricing teams, because it's important that when diverse perspective come together, innovation tends to follow. Everybody has a creative mindset and they can pitch it. Additionally, agility to me is, I would say, isn't about just speed, it's about adaptability. So, as I mentioned, we use modular frameworks, decision platforms that allow, I would say, teams to pivot quickly without being like losing momentum. And I would say, just as importantly, I make sure the purpose behind transformation is clear. When teams understand why, they will invest more time in terms of how. That would be my answer to your.
So you've been interacting and handholding quite a lot of startups and innovators. So how do you think is the quality of innovation these days worldwide, globally, and how are corporates adapting to these innovations?
So it's a two-part mission. So first, I would say there are a lot of startups coming in with different ideas in different industries. From a telecom media technology industry perspective, I say it's one of the areas where we are seeing different innovations or innovative ideas coming up. Like just for an example, that AI is being now used to create digital content. So probably your tomorrow's actors could be a digital amalgamated actor coming in real time. Those are different type of innovations that organizations are looking forward to from a media perspective. There are organizations which are already, or I would say, startups which are already looking forward to create or innovate content or create digital content which will kind of disrupt the music industry out there as well. Additionally, I've seen working with certain startups which are looking forward to redesign the existing processes that we have. Like for example, Uber or Lyft, or there are different platforms for ride shares. But there are startups which are looking forward to creating marketplace where we can have much better pricing for the users, kind of creating a platform where all of these can be consolidated, and a rationalized price can be provided. On the other side, organizations are also looking forward to groom a lot of these startups. I have been part of working with couple of clients where they have sister concerns which help in terms of fueling these startups. They create those kind of an ecosystem where they kind of have spin-offs or smaller sister organizations or subsidies which in terms of help build up or help create that technology culture within that organization. I give you an example, like I live in Atlanta, Georgia. We have Technology Association of Georgia, which helps in terms of building up a startup culture out here. We have a startup hub out here where you can go engage with different startups out here, and a lot of organizations, and I'm talking about Fortune 500 companies, they look forward to engage with these startups and help fuel them, support them, whether it is financially, I would say, or with respect to from a technology perspective. There are large organizations, even consulting firms, extending their hands, build up this startup culture.
Okay, that's pretty heartening to know. So, I mean, going forward, if we talk about that, I mean, what emerging technologies do you think will be most disruptive in enterprise operations?
I think AI, if from telecom, media, and technology sector, AI, 5G, digital infrastructure, these are growing because we are entering a phase where I would say intelligence will be embedded into the very fabric of telecom, media, and technology. In next 5 years, I would say that AI native networks becomes the norm. Networks that don't just respond but anticipate and self optimize themselves. 5G and beyond will unlock low latency use cases, which I would say drive Industry 4.0 to Industry 5.0. And this will help in terms of industrial automation to immersive consumer experience. Metaverse is one thing which I believe as we grow will evolve. You would have heard the term "cut the cord," where a lot of subscribers across the industry are moving away from traditional video services, and software as a service based platforms are growing, where metaverse marketplace platforms become another key out there. And that's where media will evolve, I would say, into experience ecosystems powered by, I would say, spatial computing or real-time personalization. So let's say you are a user is more keyed on watching movies between 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So there will be more personalized content coming for them. And lastly, I would say, and from a digital infrastructure perspective, the shift will be towards sovereign, decentralized models where trust, data ownership, interoperability takes the center stage. And again, TMT sector won't just support digital transformation. I would say it would define across these sectors.
So, now let's understand what keeps you motivated after more than 2 decades in the fast changing industry.
With the pace of change, I would say every day brings a new challenge, new possibility. Again, I'm driven by impact of technology can have, and not just the business, because and what change I can bring onto the society. Mentoring, thought leadership, building future-ready platforms keep me energized. Considering I love to be in consulting industry, which keeps me on the edge and always puts me in front of new firefighting situations, or whether it is I would say complex business problems that organizations are looking forward to solve with respect to technology. And what keeps me going is, I would say, a constant opportunity to learn, build, make a meaningful impact. I would say technology is evolving faster than ever, but what excites me is it's not just the pace, it's, I would say, the purpose behind it. And if I would have a chance to work on platforms that shape industries, mentor future leaders, contribute to national level innovation strategies, that would be, I would say, incredibly fulfilling. And I would say I find motivation across small wins, whether it is a team grow, watching an idea turn into a product, even crossing a finish line with like running half marathon, as I mentioned. And it reminds me of the progress, whether it's personal, professional. It's built on step by step, something which we learn in terms of when we are building products that You need to start with smaller MVP items out there. And after 2 decades, I would say I'm still driven by curiosity, collaboration, and the belief is that best is always ahead.
So great. I'm sure there is a long road ahead of you, and you're going to, create many new milestones in the years to come. It's been wonderful hearing you and your perspectives on AI, digital transformation, and leadership. And we look forward to seeing your continued contributions to the tech world. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
On that note, we conclude our conversation with Hemant Soni, an inspiring leader driving change in the TMT industry. Keep watching.